So what's up, everybody? This is Jonathan. This is the second video about friendships, and the second type of friendship or person I want to talk about is the superficial person. Right? The superficial person, they want to create the perfect world, and they only want perfect people in it. That's it. They only want perfect people in it. And the positive part of being in with the superficials is, yeah, some of them are going to have a lot of girls around, because let's face it, a lot of people believe a perfect world needs to have perfect women running around. You know what I'm saying? But the negative part about it is, number one, a lot of times you're just not going to live up to their standards, right? Because they always have high standards, and you're just never going to meet those standards. For instance, before I started being an observant Orthodox Jew, I was always forced into other religious community, and I'm Jewish, point blank, period. And I always tried to live up to the expectation of the other religious community, and I just couldn't make it up to that standard, because that's not who God created me to be. Right? Also, back in the day when I was a hip hop dancer, like, I can dance good, but at the end of the day, it's like I wasn't dancing since I was 5 years old. And yeah, wasn't up to the high standards of everybody else, and a lot of people looked at me like, what is this guy doing? You know what I'm saying? And people just didn't understand the fact that it's going to take me a little bit longer to learn, because I don't have the muscle memory, because I haven't been doing that since I was 5 or 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? So they're just not going to understand, right? And the other thing about it is, the thing about the women, how superficials treat women, they treat them like tools, if you really watch. Like, when I was in the other religious community, right? They used to treat the young ladies like salesmen. The young ladies, that would send the young ladies out there, and they looked cute and innocent, and they would bat their little eyes and flirt and get all the guys to come to the religious organization, and then move on to the next one. And then when they got too old to be put on a college campus, like recruiting new members, or put in a subway to recruit new members, the church would do matchmaking and hook them up with a guy who was also in the same religious organization, and then they would work together and go out there and bring in more people. And then when they were too old to do that and too busy, they would start making babies and create babies for the religious organization. And that really hurt my feelings when I was younger, because I just wanted a girlfriend. I just wanted a woman to come home to. I just wanted a woman to love and care about me. And I didn't know I had to go through all this to get it. So that's one example. Another example was just being a dancer, right? Anytime you have like a physical activity and girls are involved, they're going to be fit. They're going to look good. They're going to look hot, right? And so what I found out is a lot of guys would compete over those girls. And so dance became a culture of, all of the good-looking girls are reserved for the good-looking guys. And it's like, I come in there, I'm kind of chubby. I started dancing at like 23. And it's like, oh, homeboy, no, you got to get in line and you got to wait, All of these other guys are here before you, and they have a right to all these women, and you better not look at women's direction, or you're off the hip-hop team. Stuff like that. Like, I had to go through stuff like that, and that's one of the things you're gonna learn. Even I used to be a part of the anime club in in college, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was doing it for the girls. I wanted a girlfriend, and there were like nice little anime girls that were interesting, so I just decided to go hang out with the anime club. And what I found out in there too, it's the same thing, where it's kind of like you have to know all the newest anime out and this, that, and the other, and you got guys fighting over those girls, and you got girls getting these really, really fit bodies to do cosplay, and it's a mess. And yeah, they have a lot of girls around, but do you want to go through all that mess? Do you want to have to, battle some other otakus for a hot cosplay girl that ain't even gonna want you because she has a non-nerdy guy on the outside? It's just horrible how superficials keep around all these girls and can't, and you have to battle for them. And so what I would say is stay out of I keep mixing up. Superficial. Stay out of superficial organizations and stay out of superficial groups, stay out of superficial cliques, okay? Because you're going to go in there and you have to go through all these politics to get with a girl, and it's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it. So how do you spot them? Well, it's easy. They're doing some kind of activity that, superficial activity, like they're dancing or they're rapping or they're on a football team or something like that, where it's like hot people. You could spot them like that. Or even, like I said, like different religious organizations, people are superficial because it's all about God and creating God's perfect world on earth. And so that's how you can spot those organizations. Now, you can have superficial friends, but just kind of like what I do. I learned this in college: shut your mouth and walk in and out. Like, if you are engaged in one of those groups, just kind of like be quiet and just go in there for a minute, sit around, look at what's going on. Maybe you can join the activity or whatever, and then don't even trip off the people, just leave. And because I know a lot of us like to do activities. Like, I love to dance. I still go to the dance studio sometimes. But what I do when I go to the dance studio to help me combat, superficial people is I just mind my own business. I just dance, mind my own business, say hi to people, but just do my own thing. And I make sure I talk to girls on the outside. That's the most important thing. I make sure I have friends and girls on the outside, talk to girls on the outside. That way, when I go into those superficial situations, I'm not stuck there with no other choice and then have to, deal with people being mean to me. So that's another thing that you guys can think about. Okay, so what I want to leave you with is this. Superficial people, keep your distance, okay? Keep your distance away from them. If you really want to do some kind of activity, like I said, make some friends on the outside and be talking to girls on the outside. And just when you're in those communities, just shut your mouth and walk in and out. That's it. That's all, That way, you don't have to get your feelings hurt. And don't be joining no superficial organizations just because they have the girls. Don't hang out with any superficial people just because there's girls around, okay? Because like I said, you're going to have to deal with the group politics and everything. All right, so this is Jonathan. I got to go back to work in a second off my lunch break. So I'm out. Peace.